Hi, I'm Lil Peep. You're watching a Fisher video, and I'm about to play the 10-second game.
Lil Peep lived on the edge, and you could tell by his music. As he sang, his voice trembled as if he had just finished crying. He also was able to inject vulnerability into the alpha-dominated genre of rap. The artist made being sad cool, something that no other rapper would even dream of doing. People say depression, sadness, and pressure are aspects of his life that helped inspire the rapper's unique mixture of emo rock and hip-hop lyrics, but they arguably led to his premature death as well. Lil Peep's life was cut short at the tender age of 21 due to an accidental overdose of Xanax and fentanyl. The news of his untimely death sent shockwaves throughout the world, mourning the loss of a talent that had so much more to offer. This video delves into the life of Lil Peep, the real person behind the public persona. A life filled with tragedy, creativity, and complexity. This is the poignant and heartrending tale of Lil Peep. At early age, Gustav Elijah R., known as Lil Peep, was a rising star born in 1996 in Allentown, Pennsylvania. His artistic journey began with his parents, Liza Womack and Carl Johan R., providing a nurturing environment. However, their paths diverged when he was 15, leading to an emotional roller coaster that left a mark on him. Lil Peep began struggling with anxiety issues and seeking solace in his supportive mother. He moved to Long Beach, New York, with his older brother, embarking on a new chapter. Lil Peep's passion for music and fashion was evident from an early age, and he attended Lindell Elementary School. However, Hurricane Sandy struck during his junior year, leaving an indelible mark on his soul. Despite the adversities, he found resolute educators who supported him, allowing him to graduate early in 2014. With ambition coursing through his veins, Lil Peep took the plunge into the world of music, adopting the moniker Lil Peep. At 18, he etched a broken heart symbol on his face, embodying his unwavering dedication to a divergent lifestyle. This emblem became emblematic of Lil Peep's artistry, embodying the raw emotions coursing through his melodies. In February 2016, Lil Peep moved to Los Angeles, seeking to carve his musical legacy. His music resonated with a devoted fan base, transcending geographical borders and cultural barriers. A rising SoundCloud star. Lil Peep began uploading his songs to the SoundCloud platform in 2014 when he was just 18 years old. A series of mixtapes, many of which featured fellow artist Lil Tracy, helped Lil Peep quickly gain an online following. However, his rise was somewhat unexpected, as his style stood in stark contrast to the lyrics and beats of many of his contemporaries. After moving to Los Angeles, Lil Peep struggled to maintain housing, crashing with various rappers and friends he met online. During this period, the young rapper founded a musical collective known as Schema Posse. Soon after, he released his first mixtape, Lil Peep, Part 1, on SoundCloud. The mixtape gained thousands of listens in its first few days, prompting the artist to release a series of popular singles, including Star Shopping and Beamer Boy. By 2016, Schema Posse had broken up, but Lil Peep's popularity was still on the rise. He had his first live performance in Tucson, Arizona that same year. Soon after, Lil Peep formed a new LA-based collective called Goth Boy Clique. His meteoric rise eventually drew the attention of more traditional record labels, with First Access Entertainment serving as an investor and mentor for his work. In 2016, Lil Peep released one of his most popular mixtapes to date, Hellboy. It gained millions of listens in its first few weeks on SoundCloud. The following year, Lil Peep led his first solo tour across the United States, which proved to be a major success. Though he would soon depart from Goth Boy Clique over creative differences, Lil Peep emigrated to England, where he continued to make music and plan the future of his music career. He released his first studio album, Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1, on August 15, 2017. After its release, Lil Peep began his first world tour in England before traveling to Germany and eventually the United States. Tragically, this tour was cut short by Lil Peep's sudden death. Authorities ruled the death an accidental overdose of fentanyl and Xanax. Lil Peep's rejection of the box. As a teenager in Long Beach, New York, Lil Peep noticed a rift between the wealthy and the poor in his community. At the Lil Peep Memorial held in December 2017, his mother, Liza Womack, spoke of how this division began to shape her son, Gus got fed up with that world. He rejected it, and he rejected being molded into a box. When he locked himself in the garage and got his first tattoo, he began to make his rejection of the box public. It's unclear how much of this was self-imposed isolation or Lil Peep being ostracized from others his age, but his mother saw a turn in the rapper during his senior year of high school. People who'd been his friends stopped being his friend, Womack later told Pitchfork. He had black curtains in his room, he was in bed most of the time, and it was messy, ashes everywhere. Lil Peep would later reflect on his feelings about Long Beach in the song Cry Alone, with lyrics like, "I hate everybody in my hometown, and I want to burn my old high school into the ground." Even after the rapper said so long and set off to sunny California to pursue music full-time, it didn't fix what he was feeling. "I think there was sadness, too, when he went to California," Womack told Pitchfork. He struggled with mental health. Lil Peep, referred to as the quintessential angsty millennial by XXL, battled more than just typical angst. He struggled with anxiety and depression, which he openly discussed through his music and interviews. At the age of 16, Lil Peep developed severe anxiety, often leading to physical symptoms like morning vomiting due to the thought of going to school, as reported by Rolling Stone. His songs became a medium to express his inner turmoil, making a strong connection with his fans. Lyrics from tracks like OMFG candidly revealed his pain and contemplation of suicide, exemplified by lines such as, "I used to want to kill myself or came up, still want to kill myself." In an interview with Pitchfork, Lil Peep openly discussed his mental health struggles, acknowledging the seriousness of his depression. He shared that some days he woke up feeling overwhelmed, wishing he hadn't woken up at all. Despite experiencing dark emotions, he chose not to portray this side of himself on social media. Instead, he found solace in expressing his innermost feelings through his music, using it as a channel to release all the emotional turmoil he experienced. The effect of Lil Peep's tattoos. While Lil Peep's tattoos likely garnered him plenty of sideways glances from outsiders, it was that judgment that largely inspired him to take his body art so far, particularly when it came to his face tattoos. In an interview with GQ, he explained why he got his first face tattoo, a broken heart under his left eye, in 2015. "I'm very just outgoing with it," Lil Peep said. "It was kind of like a push for myself to be successful with the music I was doing, because it can make it harder to get a job when your face is covered in tattoos." The music artist knew that not everyone would like his tattoos and their somewhat chaotic arrangement, and he admittedly reveled in that. But as his mother said at his memorial, the more tattoos and piercings he got, the more he was treated like an outsider, and the more of an outsider he became. Being an outsider, a reject, hurt him. This, too, it would seem, was by design. The tattoos not only gave him that, but also allowed Lil Peep a measuring stick to spot the difference between the people who saw the tattoos and the people who saw him. Lil Peep was a child of divorce. While Lil Peep was usually an open book during his interviews, the topic of his father was one that he avoided regularly. His parents divorced when he was 14 years old, and it is believed that it deeply impacted him. In the 2019 documentary Everybody's Everything, the musician's mother revealed that it was her son who first told her that her husband was being unfaithful. Yet when Lil Peep was asked about his father, he would often change the topic. According to Rolling Stone, Peep rarely talked about his father, a history professor, beyond making it clear he had no real relationship with him after the divorce. During an interview, Lil Peep was asked about his father leaving the family, which made his eyes dart to the ground. In response, the rapper simply mentioned that he hadn't spoken to him ever since. He said he don't really care with his dad. The public got perhaps the only unprompted comments from Peep about his dad in a short video in which he ad-libbed lyrics to My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade. In the clip, he sang from his father's perspective.
He said, "Son, when you grow up, I'll leave you, and then you'll make a lot of money in 2 years."
The Ever host. During Lil Peep's journey to establish himself in the music industry, he constantly shifted between various cities and accommodations. Notably, his compassion for friends was evident in the documentary Everybody's Everything, where he not only brought them along, but also supported them financially. Initially, when they moved into a squat in Skid Row, he intended to split the rent, but he often ended up covering their portions. After signing with First Access Entertainment, Lil Peep moved to his own place in Echo Park, Los Angeles, and his friends joined him there. The house soon became a refuge for struggling SoundCloud artists, with frequent parties and abundant drug use. Lil Peep felt a sense of guilt for his rapid rise to fame and was excessively welcoming to his friends as a result, as revealed by his collaborator, Wicca Phase Springs Eternal. However, First Access recognized the need for a more stable environment and decided to move Lil Peep to London. There, CEO Sarah Stennett ensured a controlled setting with enough food in the fridge and no uninvited guests. Despite the efforts to provide stability, Lil Peep found it challenging to be separated from his close friends, and this became a struggle for him during his time in London. Lil Peep felt under pressure. Many artists face the intense pressures of fame while rising to the top, but it's hard not to think that Lil Peep may have shouldered more than his fair share. While feeling he had to support his friends, he was also caught in a tug-of-war between his past and future, the Goth Boy Click Collective and his independence. According to Rolling Stone, First Access Entertainment believed that Lil Peep knew he needed to leave the group early on, with CEO Sarah Stennett claiming that when he signed his contract, he was effectively accepting that he was not part of Goth Boy Clique, that he was on his own. He knew he couldn't bring everyone with him. However, GBC member Macnid felt the label was the problem. Peep was going to leave First Access. He told us that many times. In the end, it appears the label won out. Before Peep began his solo album release tour, he invited members of GBC to join him for the North American portion. The documentary Everybody's Everything suggests that the invite was meant to be a final send-off for the group. Gus AHR beef with Lil Peep. The enigma of Gus R., the man behind the rapper persona Lil Peep, puzzled both fans and critics alike. It wasn't entirely clear if Gus and Lil Peep were distinct entities or merely two sides of the same coin. Lil Peep adamantly asserted that his music conveyed truth, yet he confessed that there was an element of performance to the Lil Peep character, likening it to the world of professional wrestling. In an interview with Pitchfork, he hinted, "It's like professional wrestling. Everyone has to be a character." Sebastian Jones, co-director of the documentary Everybody's Everything, had his own interpretation of the relationship between Gus R. and Lil Peep. He believed that Gus was fully aware of Lil Peep being a separate entity, a carefully crafted alter ego. However, the more Gus immersed himself in the role, the more the lines between the two blurred. Oscar R., the brother of the late rapper, offered an insightful perspective on Lil Peep's persona. He believed that Lil Peep's image of a troubled soul was what ultimately led to his tragic demise. Oscar wished that the fame Lil Peep garnered for his emotional music would have provided him with more security. He acknowledged that Gus R., the person behind the artist, coped with his problems better than the Lil Peep persona. Sadly, the world only saw the artist and not the individual, leading to a dangerous dichotomy. The complex interplay between Gus R. and Lil Peep remains a subject of speculation and fascination. Perhaps Gus found solace in expressing his struggles through the Lil Peep persona, allowing him to navigate life's challenges through art. But fame has its price, and the pressures of embodying a character so intertwined with his personal demons took a toll. Lil Peep's eerie predictions. The morbid topic of dying young has been approached by many generations of musicians. Kurt Cobain, the lead singer of Nirvana and member of the fateful 27 Club, for example, wanted to name the band's third album, I Hate Myself and I Want to Die. Since his own eerily predicted death, his aesthetic and legacy has become larger than life, particularly among the SoundCloud rap community, not unlike Lil Peep, who's since become a symbol for his generation. In Juice WRLD's song, Legends, a tribute to Peep and XXXTentacion, he asks, "What's the 27 Club? We ain't making it past 21. Tragically, Juice WRLD also died at 21 in 2019. Peep's lyrics now sound similarly prophetic, with songs like Life is Beautiful and Let Me Bleed, speaking to the inevitability of death. In an Instagram post shared the day before he died, Peep wrote, "Maybe I won't die young and I'll be happy? What is happy? I always have happiness for like 10 seconds and then it's gone. I'm getting so tired of this." When asked by Montreality what his life might look like as an 86-year-old, Peep said with a laugh, "Said he is dead. He commit that. I'm long gone." He added, He also mentioned everything is real talk and not much to lose right now. Sadly, this prediction, like too many before him, came true. A cautionary tale. The topic of drugs was never far from Lil Peep's public or private life. While his often lyrics spoke to heavy drug use, his Instagram account was known to document it. When asked about his drug use on the No Jumper podcast, the musician said, "I'm pretty bad with them. It's just like the stuff that people offer me. I just kind of go with it. It's whatever we're doing tonight." However, Lil Peep's family isn't convinced that drugs were really such a big part of his life. At home, he didn't do drugs like this, his mother told Rolling Stone. He knew not to do crazy stuff. Peep's brother Oscar shared a similar belief in an interview with People. "My brother didn't take 5 Xanax pills every day, but he would take them and then post on Instagram about it." The day before his death, that's just what Lil Peep did. In a since-deleted Instagram post, the rapper told fans that he took 6 Xanax. He also posted another video of himself dropping what appeared to be more Xanax pills in his mouth. According to TMZ, an accidental combination of Xanax and fentanyl ultimately led to his death. Lil Peep's legacy. Lil Peep, a rising star in the music industry, quickly gained a massive fan base and played a pivotal role in establishing a unique subgenre. Despite being associated with other mumble rappers like Lil Pump and 21 Savage, Lil Peep's style stood out due to its direct approach in addressing his personal struggles with mental illness. In his debut single, Latitude, Lil Peep directly connected with teenagers facing similar challenges, encouraging them to introspect and confront their emotions. He managed to revive the fading emo pop music of the mid-2000s through emotionally charged lyrics and captivating verses in the early 2010s. What set Lil Peep apart was his ability to bridge the gap between two distinct youth subcultures, emo and hip-hop, which had remained separate for years. His songs resonated deeply with young people battling depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues. OMFG, one of his most popular tracks, expressed his inner struggles and desire for self-harm, resonating with countless listeners. As Lil Peep's fame soared, other emo rappers like XXXTentacion and Juice WRLD followed suit, but tragically, all 3 artists passed away in their early 20s. However, even after his untimely death, Lil Peep's popularity surged, with posthumously released music garnering overwhelming acclaim. The impact of his music extended beyond his lifetime, influencing other artists in the emo, hip-hop, and trap scene. Many paid homage to the late artist, adopting his signature lyrical style and fashion, leading to a global influence on youth subcultures. So, what really happened to Lil Peep? The truth is that he was a tortured soul who struggled to find his footing, even after he had reached international success. Lil Peep spent years fighting tooth and nail to make it, only to have his inner demons and the stress of becoming an international star cut his life short. While millions continue to mourn the talented young artist, we can all take solace in the fact that Lil Peep's music will live on forever.